really wonderful to have you all here. A couple of minor details from the landlords. Please make sure you don't park in front of the stores over that way, and leaf living as cars exit. There you go. Public service announcement. Thank you so much for everyone who's shown up today. We have lots of people supporting the local on the line here in Kitchener. There are CUPE locals from the area. There are labor allies from this area as well, and our union members from Hamilton and Peel have come down to join the rally today as well. So welcome everybody. So we're really thrilled to have a bunch of people who are willing to speak out today on behalf of the clients who use the services at CHS, on behalf of the workers who provide those services, and on behalf of the union who represents the workers at CHS. So without further ado, our first guest is Norma, who is a client here at CHS.
Good morning. I just want to tell you how much CHS has meant to me in my lifetime. I have taken the Canadian Hearing Society help classes, and it changed my life. I learned so many skills that I use daily. And that was in 1990, I took that class. I was in the very first class. And today, I'm still using those skills that I used. So CHS is a very vital organization to me in this community. I am a hard of hearing person, but it is also very vital for the deaf community that is in this area too. And CHS is very helpful for all the deaf community, and for anyone who needs their services. They are very willing to be helpful and to give them the skills and the all of the equipment that they need to carry on their life and have a normal life. I want to encourage both of the organizations to come to the table and get a agreement as soon as possible.
Woo! Woo! Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much, Norma. And now I'd like to welcome Darlene. I met Darlene at the beginning.
Right here.
Come on, Darlene.
Hello everyone, my name is Darlene Smith. And I'm a leader in the deaf community, and I want to say, thank you to CHS for how they partnered with the deaf community over the years. Julia Dumanian has really changed how CHS has operated. We used to have Christmas parties and things like that, but that stuff doesn't happen anymore, and we're wondering why, and so, that CHS is where my heart is, and I would say the deaf community feels the same way. And the staff, the CHS staff, they have the expertise to work with the deaf community. We need interpreters. If we don't have interpreters or access to them, there's a breakdown in communication. So the deaf community was really shocked when Julia Dumanian was hired as a CEO. We didn't know her in the community. She doesn't know how to sign. She doesn't know how the community operates. She doesn't understand deaf culture. This is how we feel. We feel that the person who's in that position needs to partner with the deaf community. So when we look at the Sunshine List, her name is on there, and she's making an incredible amount of money. she's making over $240,000. You know, when the rest of us are making much less than that. When Chris Kanopik was in that position, he really worked with the deaf community, but he somehow earned less than Julia does. So we need someone who is partnering with the community. Julia seems to be focused on making a profit, sales, and has specific targets. And CHS used to partner with OAD, and they don't seem to do that anymore, so I don't know what's happened. And they weren't welcome at CHS's AGM, and I'm wondering why. So I'm thinking, come on. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Darlene. One of the incredible things with having all these picket lines running around the province is seeing the incredible support we have from the community, from the clients who use the services at CHS, who've been walking the picket lines with us despite the really, really cold weather, and from the labor allies and other CUPE locals who are out here today and who come out on the line and bring us Tim Hortons and, oh sorry, I shouldn't use corporate names, who bring us treats, who bring us treats and keep us warm and keep our spirits high when it sometimes gets really tough to be out here. So it gives me great pleasure to welcome the Peel CUPE Council President Gord McMurrin to bring a few words of greeting.
Not Peel.
Kitchener, sorry. I wrote down the wrong one. Kitchener CUPE Council. Gord.
Hi, I'm Gord McMurrin, President of it's called Central Western Ontario District CUPE Council, and it includes the areas of Kitchener, Waterloo, Cambridge, Stratford, Brantford, Guelph, and Woodstock. We'd like to thank everyone for coming out today. It's a great turnout. What we did Wednesday night at our council meeting, we said that we would put out an email blast to everyone on our list, which includes the locals and people who have come to our schools and all that, and we've asked them to do strike support, whether it's in money or whether it's on the picket line, and we told them to access the site of when the picket lines are going to be formed. So we also donated $100 from our council to go towards the strike fund. Hopefully that's a start. What I've heard is all the district councils across Ontario are doing the same type of thing. And because your local runs right across the province and basically is in almost every council area, they're doing the same thing, and they're asking that if any money that can be given, please give. There's a lot of people that are quite upset once they found out that you've been without a contract for 4 years and that you got locked out. So the support's there. If there's anything that our council can do to help you out, please call. That is one of the big things what council does is strike support. And thanks for having me. Have a great day.
Thank you very much. Now it gives me incredible pleasure to introduce you to the president of this local, Stacey Connor. Hello everybody. I want to thank you all for coming and showing your support to us today. Finally, some nice weather. And it's really good to see everybody out here in such numbers today. I'm really, really proud of each and every one of you and how strong you've been on those picket lines every day, showing our employer. I'm so proud of you, so proud of CUPE. And it's not just happening here. We've got 20 more picket lines across the province. But we wanted to come here to support you today. Make your line a little bit bigger. We want to make sure that we show them that we're still staying strong. Canadian Hearing Society exists to support the community and to serve the community. And I'm one of those people who gets services. And so of course I want to support all of the community, and I want to support my fellow workers. It's time that they showed some respect to those of us who do the work and the people who receive the services. We haven't had a contract for 4 years.
Shame. We haven't had an increase in 4 years.
Shame.
We've been having our sick bank and our health benefits under attack, and we've had enough. It's time for them to come back to the table and bargain with us. We are ready, we are able, and we want to get back to the table and move forward. If they come back to the table and give us a fair deal, we can get back to doing what it is that we want to do, and that's providing service to the community. The leadership has changed in our organization. They are not living up to our mandate. We used to be a social service agency that served 4 different distinct consumer groups, and they've now shifted away from that social model to a medical model. And that's not what CHS is all about. That's not what our vision and what our mission statement says. We want to take CHS back and give it back to the community and continue to provide services to culturally deaf, oral deaf, deafened and hard of hearing people. So thank you again for all of your support and the support that we're getting in all of those other 20 picket lines. Thanks, everybody.
Stacey has put in countless hours over and above anything that is humanly possible, actually, to help make this strike be what it is, to keep connected with her members across the province, and to speak out on your behalf every single day. So thank you, Stacey, so very much for your passionate commitment and dedication to your members and to the local. Now it gives me great pleasure to invite our final speaker, who is probably well known to most of you, the President of CUPE Ontario, Fred Hahn.
Friends, thank you so much for being here. I want to start by thanking the locals from Hamilton, from Kitchener, from the surrounding areas who have come to support these workers. Thank you so much for being here today. I also want to thank people from the community who are here with us, who are standing together, fighting for the kind of agency, the kind of services, the kind of supports that they deserve and that our members want to deliver. Thank you so much for being here. But my biggest thank you goes to the members of Local 2073, the workers of the Canadian Hearing Society. No worker ever wants to go on strike. But when you are faced with an employer who for 4 years ignores you, refuses to bargain with you, and then, while doing that, hands themselves massive wage increases, restructures to supply big wage increases to other managers. This is not what this agency is supposed to be about. It is not why it was formed. And so, this strike is absolutely about an attack on the people who provide these services. This is mainly a local of women. The employer not only has frozen their wages for 4 years, but now wants to take away their sick and health benefits.
Shame.
These were put in place over 40 years of a collective bargaining relationship in recognition that this work is challenging work and that we need to break down barriers for deaf, culturally deaf, orally deaf, hard of hearing people who are employed here and who are working, supporting the communities they come from. Shame on this employer for attacking those workers.
Shame.
This rally today, rallies that are happening across the province, have one goal. It is to apply pressure to this CEO. It is to remind her, you were taken out of one job in communities close by here as the CEO of a hospital for siphoning money that should have gone into services. We will not let you do that to the Canadian Hearing Society.
Hear, hear.
It is time for her and her team to come back to the bargaining table. It is important for you here to know, all of you, every day we have offered to go back to that bargaining table and resolve this strike. And every day they have ignored us completely. That's unacceptable. These workers, these services deserve more respect than that. So by being here, by standing in solidarity, by by sending messages of support for those of us who can to give contributions, financial contributions, to come to picket lines. We will ramp up this pressure. We will be able to achieve a fair collective agreement, but we will only be able to do that by standing together, my friends, as we are doing today, standing together to fight for what is right, for what is fair, for what is just, not just for these workers, but for all of the communities that they support and the people in those communities who deserve services as well. Thank you so much for being here. Together, standing strong, we will win.
Thank you so very much to all of our speakers and all of our guests and all of you for coming out. What do we want? Fair contract now. Ready?
Yeah.
What do we want?
Fair contract now!
What do we want?
Fair contract now!
What do we want?
Fair contract now!
What do we want?
Fair contract now! Solidarity! 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 Solidarity!